In this week's video, we're going to make the Silver Beauty Toning Sea Salt Spray. It's made with butterfly pea flower, dried violet, forget-me-not, and globe amarantha. We're going to steep those botanicals for 15 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and mix up the rest of the stuff. And in the meantime, while that's steeping, we're going to also revisit the Silver Beauty hair oil I had made. It's time to steep that and get that ready. So let's get into it. We're going to need to bring 1 cup of distilled water to a rolling simmer. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that once I'm in the process, I'm either going to talk or I'm not. So if we get to that point today, sorry about that, folks. All right, let's go ahead and bring that up to a boil or a rolling simmer. I told you it wouldn't take long, and it really didn't. Okay, so my silver hair oil has been sitting for 4 weeks again. Now it's time to strain it, if I can get the lid off. Okay, we're gonna pour it through here. I don't know if you can see, it's a really pretty, like, golden color. And this is going to be very nourishing and hydrating for my dry, curly hair, curly-ish hair, I guess. I don't know. If you haven't known me for a long time, I had dreads for about 8 years, and I just recently took them out and discovered that after years of processing and coloring and all the fun things I would do to my hair, that I actually have curly hair, and I had no clue. It's been that kind of a journey. This was from the floor wash that we made for the month of June. I'm eventually going to turn that into an incense. Okay, so that there, rinse out the hands fast. It's going to take a minute for this. Post-production, we can speed this up a little bit, right? Stay. All right, so the reason I'm doing this in between is because this is going to actually go into my curly hair spray for the sea salt spray. When you don't have an actual bottle, I guess you can always improvise. We're going to use my husband's static water bottle and a sprayer from my Halloween spray bottles, and that's what we're going to store the sea salt in, and it's going to stay refrigerated and good for, I believe, let me see, 2 to 3 weeks, as long as I keep it in the refrigerator. So that's the plan. This oil's shelf life is roughly a year. I got 1.5 minutes left on my timer. All right, I need some paper towels. All right, so the oil, let's talk about the oil. We used some white willow bark, the St. John's wort, the rosemary, the frankincense in the first 4-week blend. And then I put it in for another 4 weeks using the calendula and marigold, the plantain, the lavender, the sage, the butterfly pea, and the rosemary. All of this is to leave a soft texture, reinforce the structural bonds, and really just help with hydrating my curls, and hopefully with enough time and use, I'll actually have some more curl definition. Like I said, it's still, I hear you. Like I said, it's still, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it's still gonna be good for my hair. Like I said, I'm still learning how to take care of my hair and what kind of pattern I actually have. So I guess this will be a journey that you go on with me now that I've removed my dreadlocks. And that was a process. That was roughly 6 months, a couple hours a weekend, and just on the weekend when my husband was home. I don't have patience to sit there, so I would sit and read and he would work on them. My husband really is my best friend. He's my everything, my rock, my handy dandy helper, my fixer, my Mr. Fix-It. Yeah, he's my everything. And I am super, super grateful to have him. I don't know if my life would be the same. Actually, I know it wouldn't. You kind of find your person once in a lifetime, and yeah. Anyway, no sappy stuff. Although we just celebrated our 16-year wedding anniversary last weekend, so happy anniversary. Okay, so this is done. It's gonna sit here and strain. Just slide that forward. And now we're gonna take this water. Doesn't matter that it's going through the same bag, just because, like I said, there will be oil in the mixture, so. And the key and the goal of the purple water for this oil, or for this sea salt spray, is to be an actual natural toner. My gray definitely has, yeah, my gray, I have a lot of it. Which was also one of the main purposes for doing the dreads, was to stop putting chemicals in my hair. And that really is what started me on this journey, I believe, because I wanted everything to be as natural as possible. I didn't use any products when I had my dreads. I did the detox every 6 months. I was pretty on top of it for the most part. Okay, so once that's done though, we're gonna use the Epsom salt. We're gonna do some aloe. I got an aloe drink. I thought that maybe because it had some preservatives in it that it might actually last a little longer. And let's see, it's just got some citric acid in it. That's the only thing that's preservative in there, and the rest is aloe and water. Sea salt. Epsom salt. Aloe vera drink mix. Distilled water blend. Okay. We'll be back in just a few once this has had some time to cool. Okay, so it's had a little bit of time to cool down. My oil is still straining. During the break, I took the time to clean off all the labels from my bottle. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna add the salts in first just so they don't stick in my funnel and just be erased there. So we need 1.5 tablespoons of Epsom salt. Trucker. All right, well, I had a pretty decent save on that. Alrighty. I only lost a little. It's always something. Always. I swear to you, this is not planned. This is just my everyday life. How have I made it this long? That's a good question. Let's try this part again. That is what I managed to save. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. Back to this. 1.5 tablespoons of Epsom salt. Gosh, I could have seen that coming. Should have seen that coming, in fact. Alright, that's 1/2 teaspoon. Or tablespoon, mine's in the dishwasher. Another 1/2. Okay, there is my 1.5 tablespoons of Epsom salt. Okay, now the fine sea salt, we need 1 teaspoon. And I have 1/2 teaspoon. My teaspoon is in the dishwasher. All right. Now we're going to use 2 ounces of the aloe drink. I didn't know it was that full, did you? 2 ounces plus a little of the oil. Okay, I really want you guys to see, you know, and I don't think I need to wait for the oil to go in here. I think I had enough left in the cup, but I want you to see this color, so I'm gonna pour it in here. My neurodivergent brain doesn't allow me to drink any kind of sparkling water. I called it static water because that's just, it feels like I'm drinking static. And that just won't do. This doesn't look like it's going to be a very tight fit now, does it? Alright, so now I'm going to keep this in the refrigerator for the next 2 to 3 weeks and use it every time I shower or when I need a refresh on my hair. The oil will be a scalp treatment and maybe a quick little refresh through. I don't know. Tell me, how do you take care of curly hair, wavy hair, whatever? I am totally not a person to use a lot of product in my hair, and that is why it looks the way it does. And I know it needs a haircut. This situation grew much faster than I had even anticipated. My dreads have been out for, I want to say I got them out by my birthday, which was back in March. So 3 months they've been out, and my hair has grown quite a bit in 4 months time. And I cut a healthy amount off when I did take them out. So yeah, what is a good hair care routine for us girlies who don't know how to take care of curly hair and really don't want to use a lot of stuff in their hair? I mean, I've got some foam in it, some like foaming mousse, and then I have this now, and I have my oil to try. Any other key tips, pointers? Sleeping with a silk bonnet on, just, man, I'm 45. It is hot at nighttime anymore, and I have a kitten that's a year old who takes up my entire pillow and decides we're sharing every night. So yeah, I sleep extra hot with a whole black kitty cat on my freaking head. Anyway, check back with me in a couple weeks and we'll see how this is progressing. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things down below.